A veterinary clinic owner came to me last summer completely confused. 6 months into her fiscal year, nothing made sense. Revenue was showing double what she expected, expenses were missing entire categories, year over year comparisons were useless. She'd been making staffing, inventory, and pricing decisions based on reports that were flat out wrong for 6 straight months. When I opened her QuickBooks file, I found the problem in about 90 seconds. Her new bookkeeper had started in March, right before the April fiscal year began, and decided to clean up the chart of accounts. One setup session had corrupted every single report for the entire year. I'm Bev from bookkeepingcoach.net. In 30 years of bookkeeping, I've seen more businesses damaged by bad QuickBooks setup than by bad business decisions. With many businesses starting a new fiscal year right now, the same mistakes are about to happen all over again. Here's exactly what went wrong and what you need to protect. This clinic had been in business for 11 years, about $2.3 million in revenue. The original bookkeeper had maintained a structured QuickBooks file for 9 years, revenue broken down by service type, expenses detailed, year over year comparisons were reliable. Then she retired. The new bookkeeper started in March and decided to clean up the chart of accounts. She meant well. Here's what she did and why each change was a disaster. Change one, she merged 5 revenue accounts into 2. Exam fees, surgery, dental, boarding, and grooming became veterinary services revenue and facility services revenue. The owner could no longer see how each service line was performing. She couldn't track her new dental equipment's ROI. Year over year comparisons broke because the account names didn't exist in the prior year. Change two, she renumbered all accounts using her own system. This broke every saved report, every custom template, and every filter. Reports still generated, they just showed the wrong information, and nobody noticed it. Change three, she deleted accounts with 0 balances, seasonal accounts that were 0 in April. When those expenses hit months later, new accounts had to be created with no history. 5 years of trend data were gone. Change four, she changed a liability account tracking customer prepayments into an income account. Now every prepaid service package was recorded as revenue immediately. This inflated revenue by $67,000 in the first 6 months, money that hadn't been earned yet. Change five, she turned off class tracking, which the clinic used to compare profitability between 2 different locations. 6 months of per location data were gone. The inflated revenue led the owner to hire a veterinary technician she couldn't afford. After 6 months and $34,000 in hiring and salary, she had to let them go. Because boarding revenue was hidden inside the merged account, she missed a 22% decline and lost an estimated $48,000 she might have retained with timely action. Cleanup cost was $7,200. The total damage, nearly $90,000, because someone cleaned up the chart of accounts. Here's what actually needs to happen and what absolutely should not. First, do not change your chart of account structure without a very specific, well-understood reason. Consistency is more valuable than tidiness. An imperfect chart of accounts you've used for 5 years gives you 5 years of comparable data. A brand new one gives you nothing to compare to. Second, never delete accounts with historical transactions. Even if the balance is 0, that account has history. Mark it as inactive. It'll keep its history, but clears the clutter. Deleting makes the history worth it. Third, never change account types without understanding the consequences. Changing a liability to an income or an asset to an expense affects how every historical transaction in that account reports on your financial statements. Structural change, not cosmetic. Fourth, Do not turn off class tracking, location tracking, or any custom tracking features if they're being used. Turning them off stops new data from being tagged. You end up with half a year tracked and half a year invisible. Fifth, complete your prior year closing before start entering new year transactions. Final reconciliations done, adjusting entries posted, closing date set with a password in QuickBooks so nothing bleeds across fiscal years. Sixth, review your opening balances on day one. Your balance sheet on April 1st should carry forward perfectly from March 31st. If something's off on day one, fix it on day one. It will not work its way out. So if your fiscal year is starting now, what are your options? Option 1, start entering transactions and assume QuickBooks is set up correctly. This works if nothing has changed. If anything changed, a new bookkeeper, an adjusted chart of accounts, you won't know there's a problem until the reports look wrong. And by then, you could be months into corrupted data. Option 2, review the setup yourself. Check your chart of accounts, your opening balances, your tracking features, and confirm the prior year closing date is locked. This works if you understand what you're looking for. Option 3, get trained on how QuickBooks should be structured and maintained so that you can catch these issues before they corrupt your data. The worst option is letting someone simplify your QuickBooks at the start of a new year without understanding what they're breaking. Good intentions and bad QuickBooks knowledge are the most expensive combination in small business. At bookkeepingcoach.net, this is something we are passionate about teaching you. Your chart of accounts is the foundation of every report, every decision, and every tax return is built on. If that foundation shifts, everything above it cracks. Head over to bookkeepingcoach.net. The link is in the description. Finding a setup problem in week 1 costs almost nothing to fix. Finding it in month 6 can cost thousands. Subscribe for more QuickBooks tips, and I will see you in the next video.